Let's just say the ratings aren't the same with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever now eliminated. Game 1 of the Aces Liberty matchup on Sunday drew an average of 929,000 viewers, was down nearly 50% from last Sunday's Fever Sun contest. By the way, not only was viewership down, but attendance was as well.
Following Caitlin Clark's elimination from the playoffs, WNBA players are in tears because they feel that fans are against them because they don't stay to watch their games. Recent semifinal statistics have been released, and things don't look good for the WNBA. Since Caitlin's elimination due to BS fouls, the WNBA hasn't been able to handle since Caitlin Clark's elimination. The WNBA has already seen a decline in viewership, and as the playoffs continue, it will only get worse.
Do you want me to just say I told you so, or are you willing to say, Stephen A., you did tell us? Really? Caitlin Clark is the golden goose.
What type of sport allows its top player to be mistreated? Every season denies the Fevers a home game during the playoffs, allowing their sport to perish and viewership to decline after each game. The NBA is the only sport where teams make it to the championship game, and after each game, fewer fans show interest. Caitlin is currently traveling to Europe, ostensibly for a vacation, but she might be seduced by a lucrative transfer to the European League.
Could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer. I mean, Ice Cube was about to give her $5 million to play in less than 10 games in the big.
Who would blame Caitlin if she made a move? She would make 10 times as much money as she does now and receive proper treatment. The WNBA even denied her the chance to win Unanimous Rookie of the Year. Somehow, one voter cast a ballot for Angel Reese. This voter needs to be exposed.
Should have been unanimous.
Should have been. I agree. It should have been unanimous. And one of the things that sticks with me is, well, she was the first rookie to get a triple-double.
One of the things that sticks with me is that she was the first rookie to receive a triple-double, and the number of viewers is steadily declining, and the WNBA is finally witnessing the full impact of Caitlin Clark. It should have been unanimous. Players are correct when they say that spectators only want to watch Caitlin Clark. A.A. Wilson was upset that fans were calling her game dull. This year is more the year that I've seen anyone call my game boring than it's ever been, Wilson said. Okay, cool, whatever. A.A. was obviously unhappy with the decline in viewers even after earning the MVP award. The impact of the WNBA has been more greater for Caitlin Clark than for A.A.
Wilson, 28 years old, 1,000 points in the regular season. Why is that not the biggest story out at the moment?
Exactly.
Why are we talking about Caitlin Clark?
Why when Asia was releasing a shoe, were we talking about Caitlin Clark?
The impact of Caitlin Clark's absence from the WNBA playoffs goes far beyond the league's viewership figures. It reveals a more serious problem with the league's audience base's fragility and how much it had grown to rely on a single player to sustain its newly discovered momentum. When the Indiana Fever lost to the Connecticut Sun and Caitlin Clark's rookie season ended, the immediate drop in viewership was startling, but more than that, it brought attention to an uncomfortable reality about the WNBA. Without its biggest star, the league struggles to keep people watching.
For the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is, if the WNBA were to continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year.
Following Clark's elimination from the playoffs, viewership fell by more than half, indicating that a significant amount of the league's audience was motivated by her presence. This cannot be disregarded or written off as an anomaly. Caitlin Clark's star power has been crucial to the WNBA's ability to draw fans, and without her, the league has come under fire for its incapacity to hold on to that audience.
Ever since, Angel Reese had that injury, to me, and also coming off of Olympic break, Caitlin Clark separated herself. Yeah. She should have been unanimous. Now, to celebrate her, one thing that people forget is, as a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists.
This dramatic drop in viewership is a wake-up call for the WNBA. For years, the league has struggled with low attendance and ratings, but Caitlin Clark's breakthrough season seemed to offer a glimmer of hope as her games consistently drew record numbers. For a short while, it seemed like the WNBA had finally turned a corner, But now that Clark is gone, it's evident that the league's newfound popularity was not as solid as it seemed without Caitlin Clark in the playoffs. The WNBA has struggled to maintain the level of excitement. When Clark was gone, her devoted followers who had been watching her every move had little reason to stay. There has been a discernible decline in the general buzz around the playoffs since the surviving teams, although still competitive, lack the star power and charisma that Clark brought to the court.
There was a Jordan effect on the NBA and the game of basketball. I would argue at one point early on there was a Steph Curry effect on the NBA and on basketball also. You bet your ass there is a Caitlin Clark effect on all of basketball, and especially on women's basketball.
One of the most concerning aspects of Caitlin Clark's elimination from the playoffs is how it occurred throughout the season. Despite the WNBA's praise for her skills, Clark was frequently fouled and subjected to physical play that went mostly unpunished. This wasn't just a matter of a few missed calls. Rather, it was a pattern of rough play that took a toll on Clark's body and ultimately caused her team to lose.
We don't want fans that are going to degrade us and call us names. I mean, we already see what's happening in the world. Something needs to be done, whether it's, them checking their fans or this league checking.
The Connecticut Sun series was a prime example of this. Clark was fouled hard several times during the series, but the referees didn't seem to want to blow the whistle. It seemed like the league didn't fully understand how important it was to protect its star players. Fans watching at home couldn't help but feel frustrated as Clark was knocked around the court with little help from the officials. The WNBA has long struggled with officiating, especially when it comes to physical play. However, when the player at the center of your league's resurgence is being treated this way, it becomes a much bigger problem. The WNBA cannot afford to let its biggest star be beaten down like this, especially since she is so important to the league's success.
Racism has been impacting the WNBA well before this year. This is not a new thing. Sure. This is, and in that way, I do think Caitlin's being used as a pawn. Caitlin didn't bring racism to the WNBA. This has been happening. And that, I think, is what's been such a shock for all of them.
Not only was Caitlin Clark's breakthrough season a personal triumph, but it was also a huge chance for the WNBA to show off its potential to a larger audience. Her games were drawing viewers from all over the nation, many of whom had never watched a WNBA game before. This was an opportunity for the league to capitalize on the buzz surrounding Clark and build a lasting fan base, but by failing to protect her, the WNBA squandered that chance. Fans are aware of what happened because they witnessed how Clark was treated on the court, and many of them have voiced their frustration. Fans who believe that the WNBA failed Clark by allowing her to be fouled repeatedly without appropriate officiating have left numerous comments on social media.
There are very, very few people, but there are some out there who resent the fact that this young white girl came out there and did her thing. Rookie of the year, 4th in the league for MVP voting, assist leader, one of the top leading scorers after the Olympic Games. She put on a show, validating all the attention she was receiving.
Fan loyalty may suffer in the long run as a result of the growing perception that the league isn't doing enough to safeguard its stars. The WNBA is currently in a risky situation. Caitlin Clark has already contributed more to the league in a single season than many players do in a lifetime. But if the league doesn't act to safeguard her and other players like her, it runs the risk of losing the very stars who are fostering the growth of the sport. This isn't just about winning games. It's about the league's future.
Number of viewers for WNBA games that Caitlin Clark is not in is like 3 to 4 million. When she's in the game, when it's her game playing, it's like 17 million.
Yeah. Well, I also look at the attendance in the arena.
Yes.
It's 8 to 10,000 everywhere else. Caitlin Clark, 17, 18,000.
As if fans weren't already irritated by Caitlin Clark's elimination from the playoffs, another controversy quickly ensued despite her record-breaking season and her indisputable impact on the WNBA's development. Given her influence on the court, and in terms of viewing, Clark's unanimous rejection for Rookie of the Year was stunning. Despite Clark's outstanding efforts throughout the season, one voter chose to support a different player, Reese Angel.
No matter if you are rooting against Caitlin Clark because you like another team, there's very few of them.
I'm excited
even if it's that.
I'm excited to see who it is.
Many fans were incensed by this choice, asking how anybody could vote for someone other than Caitlin Clark, who had single-handedly raised the NBA's reputation and served as the catalyst for the league's rise in popularity. To make matters worse, Clark and her supporters felt insulted by the fact that she did not win unanimous Rookie of the Year. The WNBA has declined to identify the one voter who selected Reese over Clark, maintaining their anonymity. Fans' dissatisfaction has only increased as a result of this lack of openness. Many believe that Clark is not receiving the credit she merits from the league.
That second half really set the tone for me, for her to be, and should have been, the unanimous Rookie of the Year.
And it wasn't just one triple-double. She had 2 on the season.
And this is why we would love for the WNBA to make voting not anonymous. Because if you were the person that had that one vote, you should just be able to stand on it, and we should know who.
More than just a one-time controversy, Caitlin Clark's unanimous rejection for Rookie of the Year might have a long-lasting impact on how fans view the WNBA. Many fans feel that the WNBA is not fully appreciating what Clark has done for the league, and the decision to award one vote to Angel Ree instead of Clark has sparked a debate about the integrity of the voting process. Clark had done everything in her power to elevate the league, but when it came time to recognize her accomplishments, she was denied the unanimous recognition she deserved.